And welcome everybody, what is going on? So we're here today to do Kingdom Manga Chapter 4 and Manga Chapter 5 live reaction. Now, first of all, before we start, I just want to know from you guys if you guys actually like the format, the way I'm doing it. So the way, you know, where my side, this side, the right side, for you guys obviously for on the screen, the left side, but where the chapter is on that side, and then you still have text above and whatnot. If you guys enjoyed that way, or if you guys would want it to be just a manga chapter and my face, I don't know. Like I said, there would be just a lot of like white borders or black borders, I should say, at like the left and the right. So that's why I've kind of just put the manga on like one half the screen and myself like one half the screen with like text above, so it doesn't just look empty. But tell me about you guys. Tell me, you know, if you guys like the format or if you would want me to change it. Because ultimately, you know, for me it's the same thing. I'm just, you know, reading it. But obviously for you guys that want to actually read it alongside, which way is easier for you, and that'd be fairly simple to change. So, you know, just tell me what you guys think regarding that. But anyway, like in the last chapter, in chapter 3, we obviously met the king. Ace, and yeah, we also met the Haikyuu, the assassin. You know, the Haikyuu is the group in of itself, but we met an assassin from the Haikyuu clan, and yeah, Shin basically just absolutely defeated him. He absolutely demolished him. So let's just see where we go from here. Where the story goes from here, where the character goes from here, and that's what we're gonna do for chapter 4 and chapter 5. Let's get started. Perfect. Alright, so, well, you can clearly see what happened to the assassin. You can clearly see what happened to the assassin. Let's just say he didn't have a good day. And Shin absolutely destroyed him. You feel his pain. With that look, you know, with all the blood that gushed on here, as you can see here, with that look, I was gonna say I would run, but I don't think he's got the chance to run anymore. Do you understand what he felt? Yeah, dumbass. He is still alive. I don't think for long. I don't think for long. Now to finish him, please wait. I have a family and 4 kids. Come on. Don't play the sympathy now. You're an assassin. Killing and dying, you know, that's part of your trade. Don't play that sympathy card now. But I guess considering that Shin is a kid, it would make sense to actually play that sympathy card right now. If I die, they'll all become orphans and live the rest of their lives as slaves. I beg you, please spare my life, at the very least, so my kids don't become orphans. And obviously him being an orphan himself, he's like, orphans? Slaves? He puts a sword down, and the guy's like, yes, thanks, I'm really grateful to you, thank you so much. Come on. There is no way you should be able to survive. Just look how much blood he's. He's like, I'm sorry. And Shin, you shouldn't show him any mercy at all. Okay. Okay. Good. Good. To be fair, I did kind of expect that to happen. I did expect him to just come up and absolutely kill him. Because I didn't expect him to show any mercy. I didn't expect the King Ace to show any mercy whatsoever. So it's good to see that he's not actually showing any mercy, because he's had that look about him the whole time. Good King Ying Shen. Those were his final words. Good King Ying Shen. Your children have nothing to do with your crimes. Have you ever heard such a good line? Your children have nothing to do with your crimes. He says that as he cuts his head off. Absolutely. I mean, your children are gonna suffer regardless. But you know, you committed the crimes. Now you're gonna have to do the time. Although, well, not much time. Not much time. Your time is over. Now what will he do? Are you going to kill? I don't think he is. I don't think he would even go close to killing a king. Does he? does he have that kind of... Yeah, no, he couldn't kill an assassin because he begged for it. There's no way he's gonna kill a king and then... Because the whole country would... Well, half the country would be against him, I guess you could say. If that's what you intend to do, I won't just sit here and let you. Although not many, there are people who died so that I could live. And Haikyuu is one of them. True. I think you guys need to talk regarding the circumstance of your death, but I'm guessing that's what they're gonna do. Okay. Can you? Castletown, can you? Okay, okay. That's a nice looking castle. Ah! Okay, so there is the surfer. Haven't you gotten my brother's head on a platter for me yet? The second in line to the throne, Cheng Yao. Cheng Yao, please be a little patient. I've sent an assassin. Well, the assassin flopped. Oh, goodbye, assassin. I've sent an assassin after him, so you should have his head presently. Should? What do you mean, should? Who is this monstrosity? Look at him. His hand is as big as that dude's head. His hand is as big as his head. Look at that. Do you see that? Now, please remain calm. Since you're saying that, you must have a good backup plan, right? Of course I do. Okay, alright. Don't worry of any assassin better than this vicious Scarlet. Better than the vicious Scarlet. So that was the guy. Well, there's no point writing it down anymore because he's done for. He's lost his head. Quite literally. Better than the vicious Scarlet. When did I even say it was an assassin? We have a group that can turn peace into hell in a single night. Are you kidding me? Gee, you mobilized them without proper... Look at this dude, man. That's not the face of somebody that you want to be friends with. That's the face of somebody that you just want to run away from. That's the way my prime minister needs to be. Cool. Yeah, it looks like they're actually gonna talk or something. This punk knew his life was in danger until Kyo as a body double, so it's only natural that I could look with that. However, the last thing that Kyo left me was him. So what should I do? He's got the same face as well. I don't think he'd be able to even do that. What's he gonna do? What the hell are you doing? Shut up. Didn't the ground just shake? What? Didn't the ground just shake? This isn't good enough. So an army is approaching. Oh. That going back. Yeah. We have a group that can turn peace into hell in a single night. And we get to see them here immediately. That is nice. I feel the most sorry for this dude here. He's got it right in his eye. If you're gonna die, at least die with some dignity. Everything that moves is your target. Fire away. It's the army and quite a large one too. Yeah. What can two 13-year-olds do against an army like that? What's all the commotion this late at night? Is that a fireball? Just like... Ooh. Oh, well. Rest in peace, sir. Coming from all directions. Now our only option is the river. That's sealed off too. Oh boy. If the royal army is moving without the seal, that means the head of the military affairs has sided with my brother. The seal is the royal seal, proves that you are the rightful successor and only that person has the authority to command the royal army. If anyone tries, it's capital punishment for all. If anyone tries, it's capital punishment for all involved. They don't have the power and authority to calm all this down. It looks like I lost this fight. So why are you so calm? Why? This guy is too chill. Looks like I can't just... Okay. Look at you, Mr. Rip 13-year-old. Look at you hitting the gym every day. You're going to fight against the army. Damn right I am. I'm not going to let this crappy place be my final grave. I don't have the strength left to fight head on, so we'll just have to run up the riverbank. Make sure you stay right behind me. You're about a snowball's chance in hell to getting through. Stay behind you. I'll decide whether or not to kill you at my own leisure after we get out of the situation. So until then, make sure you stay close by me. Fine, let's do this. Okay. Okay. He couldn't kill. He couldn't kill the Scarlet. What was it? He couldn't kill the assassin, but he has the guts to just go up against a whole army essentially. You know? Well, try and get through an army, and it looks like someone appears from above him. Dio. Well, 10, I should say. 10. Okay. All right. He's been freaky the whole time, so I'm not really surprised that he just appeared like that. I know a secret passage this way. Who would just trust you? I just realized that. What the fuck is that? Yeah, I would be surprised as well. A secret passage can get us away from the assassin army. Of course, it's a village of criminals and drifters. There are enough underground passages and secret passages to call it a labyrinth. Right? You don't like Shin is just like, wait, this guy can't be trusted. But what is your best option right now? I'd rather trust a stranger at this point than, I don't know. Would I? In that situation, would I trust a random stranger, which could mean either certain rescue or certain death, over my own ability, even if it's a reckless one, over my own ability? That's a tricky question. Which one would you go for? Like, would you guys, in that situation, would you just trust him or would you not? But let me read on. Wait, this guy can't be trusted. Because of him, I had to fight through. Exactly, you had to fight through the entire village. We should start by killing him off first. Why are you helping us? I overheard your entire story. You're a king, right? In other words, you're rich. So you're after the money. No, that makes it easier to trust you. Exactly, at this point it makes it easier to trust him. Yeah, that's true. I'm going to trust this thing whose face and name you don't even know. And he takes it off. Let's see how he looks like. My name is He Liao Dao. He Liao Dao. I've got that somewhere written down, I think. But again, I think his name is just 10. 10. He looks like he's 10. There was a kid in there. I've revealed both my name and face. So what will you do now? You don't have much time, For someone so young, I mean, this applies to all of them in this situation. But for someone so young, for people so young, they sure have guts. That's the one thing you can't deny. They sure have guts. Don't have much time. Fine. Show us the way, Helio. Well, show us the way, 10. Just call me Diao. Okay. That's the end. Well, good thing we're doing a double. So that was episode 4, chapter 4, I should say. A few things happened, obviously, in this chapter. We had them defeat, the assassin. Well, he was kind of defeated last chapter, but we saw the king actually take him out, and so that was quite good. Because I like seeing more of the king. I like seeing more of Ace. Just because I feel like he potentially. I mean, he's got a sword. So, just for him having a sword, I think he is proficient in fighting and whatnot, and he's obviously got the guts to just kill somebody without hesitation or anything. So he's clearly experienced. He's still a kid. He's still 13 years old, I was told, but he's still got the experience and he still has ruthlessness. So for those obviously like you, Parisi, who's reading alongside me, who's reading Kingdom alongside me right now, he obviously isn't a fan of Shin. Whereas I like Shin. I like Shin. I know I'm kind of like for the cliche thing, for the cliche shonen. Although obviously he's a seinen, but he's kind of like the cliche shonen protagonist. And I don't know. I think characters like him that don't really think much are always interesting, because once they get serious, it's just a total shift of character, and I just like seeing those kind of total shifts. But obviously with the king, you also have somebody that's calm, cool, and collected. So I just like seeing both. It makes quite an interesting dynamic, and it should be a lot of fun from here on, unless one of them dies. Well, if anyone's gonna die, it would probably be the king. But I think if the king dies, then I don't see where the story would go, in all honesty. So that was chapter 4. Let's head over to chapter 5. Yeah, I've got all the chapters saved right now. Up to like, I don't know, up to like chapter 300 something. So I've got, like I said, a lot of chapters saved right now. Right. This chapter is called Half Brother. Okay? Half Brother. Are we talking? No. Could we? I think we are. Okay. Half Brother. Oh. Okay. Let's read. I won't say anything yet, but I think I got an idea who they mean with Half Brother. But just look at these dudes, right? Just absolutely demolishing anyone. Like this guy. This guy has lost his head. And, you know, they're just killing. But you can clearly see them here. Yeah, you can clearly see them hide here and here as well. So the guy wasn't lying. 10 wasn't lying. So I don't know. I think it's quite a brutal start to a manga, isn't it? I think. This way, it's pitch black, so put your hand on the wall and walk. I'll start a fire once we get a little deeper. Okay. Okay. Where's the fire? Don't call me kid, it's Dio. Alright. Hey, you're injured. It's not mine, it's blood from above. Is it? Wow. That's all leaking through. Wow. Wow. I like it. I like it. They plan on killing everyone in the village, don't they? Hey kid, don't you have any family? They're going to get killed up there. I don't have any. That makes it easier. That makes it. By the way, Shin, are you also royalty? Like, yeah, of course he's not. like I thought, you look like the commonest commoner out there. That's just kind of rude. Then why are you talking so casually to the king and your attitude towards him is bad? The same goes for you. I mean, look, he just met the dude as well, so I mean, he might be a king, but right now the king is reliant on him. So regardless of that, you know, the situation, normally you just always address a king, you know, as royalty and whatnot. But in this situation, it's like, who even cares? Let's survive first and then worry about things. Me, you don't need to worry about what I do. He's not my king. What? I'm not from. Okay, he's not from. Shit. I'm from a mountain family way to the west. I don't know the reason behind it, but my family was forced to leave their home, and we ended up in this village. Everyone has died. Wow. Wow. Like the guy just does not care. He just builds his whole life story just to a group of random strangers. It looks like he just doesn't care. You're one of those mountain people, huh? It's the first time I've actually seen one. Is that why you're dressed like that? Hey, you just looked down on me, didn't you? Don't underestimate those mountain people. I'm going to suck you one. I'm going to suck you one. You wanna fight? Well. I mean, I don't think he would win, in all honesty. Stop playing around. That's what I mean. He doesn't behave like a king. He behaves like somebody that has wisdom, and as a king at that age shouldn't have wisdom, shouldn't be that serious. In all honesty, you know, you kind of expect a king normally I'm saying here, but normally to be a brat. He's not a brat. He's just calm, cool, and collected. And they just keep going further and further down the path. What's wrong with you? What on earth are you doing? It's because of him. But because of him. But he looks like him as well. And he trips, hits him, get off. Once we've gotten away from all the guys above us and there's no one in our way, I'll take care of things with him. Sure you will. Hey, why is the king of this nation being chased by soldiers? Because his brother started a coup d'etat. But this is still odd. What is? Because he knew there was an uprising prepared at Body Double and hid himself in this village. If he knew all this before, why didn't he just squash the uprising? That's a good point. Why didn't he fight back? I mean, not fight back, but why wouldn't he have an army surrounding him, like the best 5 fighters or the best 5 soldiers in his army, and then let them protect him? You know, he could have done that. You wouldn't have to rely on him right now. So, you know, he could have done that. In all fairness, he didn't. Why is he only running away like this? Isn't he the king? He has a point. Yo, what is it? Which way? Okay, the left. He just totally ignored that. He just totally ignored what they were saying, which means that there is something going on right here, which I'm probably guessing we're gonna find out sooner than later. I guess he doesn't want to talk about it. Well, hopefully one day he'll talk about it. Never mind, he's talking about it now. The reason why I didn't stomp out the uprising is because I didn't have the power to. That's all there is to it. Okay, all right. My grandfather sat on the throne for a mere 3 months and died. After him was my father. He held the throne for 3 years and died. Thanks to that, last year, I was given the throne at the ripe age of 30. That's a lot of people, you know. Age of 13. Of course, there is no way a child could govern a country. I was nothing more than an ornament to the throne. The imperial court turned into nothing more than a battleground for authority between the officials. I mean, we've seen a lot of these kind of things in history as well, where a young king goes on the throne. Then you have warring nations, warring fractions in a nation, you know, go to war to essentially claim the throne because they don't feel like the king, first of all, inspires the people. Second of all, leads the people, and third of all, governs the people. So if you can't do all three, then if you can't do any of those three, then ultimately, you know, people will try and take your throne. They will take your head and take your throne. So, yeah, I can see where it's going. Within that fight, there was one who stood out, the man who worked his way up from entrepreneur to prime minister. Prime Minister Liu. Who I've been told is called Reupload. He became my patron and gained even more for authority that way. Damn it, I just stabbed myself. I just stabbed myself again. This happens like once a month. Stupid chair. There was another of nearly equal power, Prime Minister Jie. So, he's obviously with his brother, and I'm guessing, yeah, well, he was obviously with him, so, you know, quite interesting. Those were two that essentially joined sides. The government was split into 2 fractions, and day after night, night after night, day after day, night after night, there was bloodshed throughout. Look at that. Look at that. Like, look at that, and this, and all these panels. All ministers are fool. Hey, wait a minute. How did you get mixed up in this fight between politicians? Well, because the second prime minister, who is after the throne, had connections with my little brother. Exactly. So that's essentially how it all got started. And then obviously, yeah, he's enjoying a good life right here, as you can all tell. He's enjoying a good life, life that I think most of us would want. The king's brother is here. You must have been mistaken. No, it really is him. Now then, what on earth does that dog of Liu possibly want from me? I can't believe my eyes. For my lord Sheng Yao to be at my mansion today, I'm truly blessed. I'm preparing a room for you, so please take your ease. Talking to a dirty minister as yourself, this moonlit area is just fine. It brings you here. A minister isn't so bored that he has the time to play around with one of your foolish pranks. Okay. Alright. From what I hear, you're going around calling us royalty loose dogs. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Who on earth told you such things? Is there nothing more than loose dogs, huh? I can see why you'd say that. Under normal circumstances, my father wasn't supposed to inherit the throne. He had 20 other siblings, and he was the youngest out of them all. But along came a very wealthy businessman and used bribes to put him on the throne. Okay, interesting. Interesting. That's... I mean, money dictates everything, so that's quite interesting. What on earth are you saying? The throne isn't something that can be bought with money. Your father earned the throne through his benevolence. Stop that. It's well known throughout the palace that Prime Minister Liu set my father on the throne through his money. It was thanks to that he was made Prime Minister. Okay. Okay, okay. He's got power and influence. Well, he's got money, power, and influence. Uses influence to get somebody into power, and get himself into power, and to gain influence. Interesting. Because my father took the throne as king, my brother is currently the king, and I'm next in line for it. This is all thanks to Prime Minister Liu. Neither my brother or I can do anything to him. He's quite the man, Prime Minister Liu. A mere peddler rose all the way to Prime Minister of this country. Exactly. Dewey, come here. Dewey? This man is the son of a well-known blacksmith. Because of his birth order, he was abandoned by his parents, but he's well skilled in both pen and sword. Okay. He's risen this high from being a simple servant of mine. Now he knows of power and authority to hire those same parents that threw him out. Oh! Though not quite at the same level, I've raised up someone too. Interesting. So we're getting more. We're seeing more of the brothers, his team. You want to call that? Okay. Okay. I did not expect that. I did not expect that. So the guy just summons this dude, right? Dewey. He just summons him. He's like, yeah, look at this guy. He's all this, all that, and everything. You know, he's now wealthy enough and whatnot. And then he just destroys him. He just destroys him. Well, that guy destroys him for him. Just splat. Just like just splat, just stay there, splat. I can't stand it. People like that. That man was nothing more than a simple commoner. Prime Minister Liu is also a nasty commoner. No matter how high you rise or what kind of clothes you put on, you can't change that fact that you're a commoner. Like royalty is royalty. That's basically his motto. Royalty is royalty. Peasants are peasants. The same goes for my half brother. He didn't have a royal mother like I did. Okay, his mother was a palace dancer. Oh, okay. I see. So that's where his hatred comes from. Okay. Just seeing people like that walk around. So they're half brothers. I thought they might be. Yeah. I think we were told that they're half brothers, not actual brothers, just half brothers. Just seeing people like that walking around the palace makes me want to vomit, much less having one sit on the throne. So then what is it that you want from me? Well, what do you think? This morning, Prime Minister Liu took his entire faction and left on an expedition. There are plenty of the Liu faction that want to kill you, but they all went on the expedition, yeah? Since his patron Prime Minister Liu is out right now, the only one that's there to protect my brother is Chang Wen-young's personal army. Chang Wen-young. Pretty sure I got his name. Chang Wen-young. Shu Bung-kun. Which is. I can't take this serious. Are you asking me to kill the king? Just look at his face. He's like, nah, please, bro. Please don't. There is no way, even if it's just an ornament, there is no way I could do something as heinous as raising my hand on the king. Just say that someone in Chang's army killed everyone in an attempt to take the throne. If you want to use the word heinous, then say it was heinous of Liu for not being able to protect his king. So young, but so ambitious. And I'll be the rightful king. You'll bring me the head of Chang Wen-young, and I'll be the one to bring the rightful purity back to the royal line. While killing the king is an easy task, I don't believe Liu, who holds command over the majority of the army, will stay silent. Yeah, you're essentially starting thing. Don't worry, I have way more soldiers in the country than he does. So long as you get a hold of the royal seal, I'll take care of the rest. And when you've succeeded, what will become of me? I have no interest at all in politics. You can do whatever you feel like with this country, my lord and king. My lord and king. He is pulling all the strings, influencing everybody, and right now it's worked. Right now it has worked. Everything that he set out to do, it has worked so far. The king is good. No, not the king, I should say. His half brother is good. You could say he's the same as the king, really. They're both calm, cool, and collected. Just that he is not calm and he's not cool. He is vicious and manipulative, but he's also collective. Look at that smile. Look at this smile. Is that the smile of somebody that, you know, you can be like, oh, you know what? This king inspires people. No. People will fear this king. That's what he wants. Royalty should be royalty. Peasants should be peasants. I like it. I like it. I like it. As somebody that's called, as someone whose first name is Prince, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. A lot. That guy is, they're all so good. They're all so good. I mean, you know, obviously for kids, they're all so effective. So effective, and I like seeing that. I like seeing that. Because sometimes you need the wits, especially when you want to be king. You need the wits. But it's going to be quite interesting to see what will happen when Lu comes back, or should I say Ryufyu. If he comes back, what will happen to his army? I mean, he's saying that, you know, he'll be able to take care of it once he has the seal and whatnot. But what will happen to him? I wonder, truly, once the Prime Minister Ryufyu comes back. We'll see. But I will see you guys next time. I'm probably going to do, like, I think there's like 8 chapters in like the first volume. So next one will probably be chapter 6, 7, and 8. And I will see you guys next time. Yeah, that's the thing that stabbed me. I don't know if you guys can see it. Stupid annoying thing. But I will see you guys next time. And until then, peace out everyone and have a nice day. Bye. Well, before I end, like I said, tell me if you actually enjoy this layout. If not, you know, I will change it. That's not much of an issue. The thing, like I said, the thing that I was thinking about was just having, you know, the manga one page, like half the page, and then having my face just like a bottom right or so. But the thing is that there'll be like a lot of black borders, so there'd be, I mean, this one right now has a lot of black borders, but obviously I have the image here as well. You know, the thing. If you enjoy the manga, please be sure to help and buy the manga cutout, and obviously please do that if you enjoyed, you know, and you wanna help the manga cutout, because buying it, we're obviously reading scanlations, but buying it is obviously the way to go in reality. But yeah, so like, tell me on the layout overall, and that's that. I will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out everyone and have a nice day. Bye. Hello and welcome everybody. What is going on? So we're here today to do Kingdom Manga Chapter 6, Kingdom Manga Chapter 7, and Kingdom Manga Chapter 8 live reaction. Now, in the last chapter we obviously found out the motivations of the chancellors or the prime ministers, you know, and we also found out the motive, the reasoning, the thought process of the king's brother, of Seiku, who essentially wants to keep royalty as royalty. Peasants should be peasants. You know, just stereotypical, I guess you could say, stereotypical royal. You know, looking down in the world. You know, just, you know, the typical stuff. So yeah, we'll see how it goes from here. We'll see what how the story progresses from here. Obviously, we got to see both chancellors, both prime ministers, Ryufyu and Ketsu, although in this translation is called Jishi. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So we'll see how we go from here. We'll see what the story progresses from here. And yeah, let's just go. Let's just start. Let me stop talking. Well, let me stop talking over the same panel. Alright, so we see them three still in the cave. Obviously, he just explained the story. You know, I'm surprised. You managed to escape by yourself from the castle that was filled with your enemies. I'm not alone. Just one. There was one man in that den of lions that was on my side. My instructor, Wen Young Chang. I was told that he is actually called Shobunken. Shobunkun. Right now he's only an imperial officer, but when he was young he was heralded Master Lancer. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that's the guy obviously that that managed to actually get Hyo to join. So that's quite fascinating. That's quite fascinating to see. Wen Young Chang, the old man that took Hyo away, exactly. Chan figured he wouldn't be able to stop the coup d'etat with just his personal army, so he set a plan in motion. In case we ended up having to use different escape routes, he set up multiple meeting points. Kokushi village was just one of those. However, on the way back, he met someone who looked just like me. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. So that's how the whole story unfolded. That's how the whole story played out, and that's why we are where we are right now. That shack in Koku village turned out to be a hiding place for me and not a meeting point for us as it was originally meant to be. Okay. Looking back on how confident Wen Young Chang was in our escape, that shack in Hyo were nothing more than a just-in-case measure. Alright. But thanks to his just-in-case thinking, I'm still alive. Wait just a second here. Obviously, you can tell that he's pissed. You know, understandable as well. But just let him talk for now and let him explain everything, and you know, maybe what Ace says will change your mind. We'll see. Did you just call Piao a just-in-case measure? You'll pay for that one. Ah, he is so stupid. He is so stupid, attacking the king, attacking Ace. That is just ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. Look at him, just beating him up mercilessly. You see it here, and you see it, well, I'm pointing with my finger on it as if you could see my finger, but you see it on here as well, just beat him up mercilessly. What the hell do you think his life was? He's now dead, and Shin, stop. Even 10 gets hit. How dare you do that to him? How dare you think of him like that? Well, let him explain. Maybe he knew of this consequence and still went ahead and did it anyway. Stop beating him up and let him explain. Shin, stop. If you keep hitting him like that, the king is going to die. Good. Let him. And he just stops him. He just stops him. And he's like, bruh. I don't know how his arm is massive, but still, he's like, bruh, stop. Just like, stop. I knew straight away that guy was no joke. He is no joke. And just look at him. I mean, he got beaten up. You know, his face all bloody and whatnot. His fist all bloody and whatnot. But he's still in the middle of being hit. He still is able to just grab him like that and be like, yo, stop. Would you give it a damn rest already? There is a war going on here, and one that we're at a grave disadvantage at, pretty much. I'll use and fool whoever I need to, and if it's some kid from the slums, even more so. What the hell was that? That's kind of harsh. I'll use and fool whomever I need to, and if it's some kid from the slums, even more so. That's kind of brutal. But anyway, let me read on. What the hell was that? Ah, damn it. However, he came in knowing all that. Okay. All right. You see, if you would have just let him finish talking, you'd know more. He'd already figured out what he was there for and still went through with it. Yep. A body double. You don't need to worry. We're just covering all bases so that if the usurpers do try anything, we'll have a counter in place. However, there's no way they could ever reach our king. But like I said, we're just being extra careful. I like him. I like him. I just think, obviously, the reason why I like him is because he is smart. I like smart people, but and the way he's just using him. But obviously, then the king, Ace says, "Wen Yung Chang, how about you tell him the truth?" Which I wish he didn't. I wish he didn't. But it makes sense. Obviously, it makes sense. You could tell that he is thinking about something, and most likely what he's thinking about is, well, that smells. That doesn't sound right. So anyway, how about you tell him the truth? My king. The king spoke. Although we're confident that nothing will happen, we've brought you here because there are no guarantees in life. Just tell him that. Here, listen well to my words. Your safety cannot be guaranteed in this plan we've devised. Okay. Alright. In fact, the enemy might kill you in place of me. Since you're here as a body double, they'll think that you're me and kill you. Yeah, that makes sense. Excuse me, Wen Yung Chang. Oh, what is it? Am I allowed to speak? Well, yes. My king. Granted. Raise your head and speak your mind. Okay. For a slave like me to be taken to the palace, I was prepared for some kind of outrageous job to be waiting for me here. But not in my wildest dream did I think it would be something this big. And he's just smiling. Yeah, okay, good. Alright, good. I mean, like I said, if you're at the bottom, anything at the top, even if it's just a hint on the top, that kind of comes with territory. And I said that in my last video. That as a soldier, ultimately, you've been doing the same as he's doing here right now, because he right now is protecting his king, whereas as a soldier, you're protecting your country, which is most likely ruled by a king. So, regardless of that situation, being a soldier and being a body double is essentially the same thing. And I said that kind of in my last chapter, and I totally agree with that on here as well. That it's ultimately the same thing, just perhaps with a different outlook on things, a different perspective. So. Yeah, I totally like that. I totally like that. Then, does that mean you might die? Become a general that carves his name in history. My friend and I have a dream that's more outrageous than this plan. That's true. That is true. We are planning on betting everything anyway. I like that. I like that a lot. Hyo knew the full, and obviously now we're back in real time. Hyo knew the full extent of the danger of this plan and took the job. Without the slightest hint of fear of death, he took on the job. All for the sake of something that you slaves from the slums would never be able to obtain otherwise. That's kind of brutal. Sheesh. That's kind of brutal. Just look at your chancellor, Ryufu. I mean, he was rich, okay, that's a different perspective, but he still made it far to the top. So chill out. However, he missed the mark and lost his life in the process. Yep. Yep. Wind. Ah. Wow. Wow. I mean, the king in of itself, let me just stop here for a second. The king in of itself is just very, very impressive. He's the kind of king that I think everybody would want. He's still very, very young, but he knows how to talk. He knows how people feel. And, he is what a king truly should be. Yeah. So, wow. And at such a young age as well. Wind. Is the exit closed? Oh yeah, it's just over there. So they're heading out, right? Oh hey, wait a second. Shin. Let those tears be the final mourning for Hyo. From here on out, you'll have to walk on your own 2 feet. Okay. And right now, there are 2 paths available to you. One is to return to your village and resume your days as a slave, or go along with a weak king and become an instrument of war for him. It didn't take a genius to see which one of the 2 is closer to that ridiculous dream you 2 have. And as I'm saying, the king is just too good. He's just too nice. He knows how to talk. He knows how to walk. The guy is good. I mean, this chapter 6 right now, and I'm like, if he was my king, I'd follow. The path I take, as if I even need to think about it. The sun is rising. And that was chapter 6. Overall, an awesome chapter. I mean, very dialogue heavy, you know, very dialogue heavy. But I mean, the king, the dialogue that the guy says is just incredible. But let's move on to chapter 7. Let's move on to chapter 7. Right, chapter 7, the visitor from the west. The visitor from the west. What do you mean you have no money? I dropped it in. Of course you did. Come on. As if somebody that's running for their life would take money. I said I was only after money from the start, didn't I? Yeah, then why didn't you say you were broke? Don't worry, when I get back to Palace, I'll pay you more than your fair share. So when things have settled down, come for your pay. When I get back to the Palace, and just when will that be? I don't know, I can't give you a definite answer. A week, a month, a year. That's just mean. That is just mean, come on. You're so mean. Telling me to wait a year. I couldn't hold out for a month because of you. Haikyuu was wiped off the map. It was a town full of lowlives, but with them there I could at least eat. How do you expect me to get food on my own now? I can't give you what I don't have. Go hunting something. I'm sure you can do it maybe. How can he be so mean? Are you even human? Look at this. Last episode I was praising him for the way he talked. Now he's just like, yeah, I don't care. Now we'll have to say I don't like the way he talks. So within a chapter, and like a page, I went from thinking, you know what, he's great, to now thinking, you know what, you're kind of a scumbag. Just so much can happen in just one little chapter. Jen, you just said that you were going back to the palace, but how? They have the Imperial Army waiting there, while it's just the two of us here. What about Reupload? Wait a minute, Shin. You plan on going? Yeah, of course yes. Yeah, I'm going along. But don't get me wrong here. It's not like I've forgotten about Hyo, and there is no way in hell I'm going to bow the knee to you, King. But for the sake of Hyo and my dream, I'm going to make full use of you. Saying that to a king. Saying that to a king. Nice! Hearing you make sense for once is making my... Besides, it's not like I feel like I owe you anything. You're nothing more than a sword to me. If you break, I'm throwing you out. I'd have it no other way. Alright, punk. So how exactly are we getting back to... How exactly are we getting back to... Okay. We need to meet up with Wen Young Cha. Alright, if he's still alive. Beyond as far as we have a rendezvous point set up. Okay. Alright, okay, never mind. He might probably still be alive. They found... they found a secret passage within this cave. Then we originally... Use the entire army then. Yes, sir. Call that Muta guy from Nanatsu here. Nanatsu will be around today's Vietnam. Okay. Alright. What's that? Alright, that's where the dude lost his head. And Muta, wait, what's it? Okay, so he's essentially like a hunter. I can track their scent. I already have their scent. It's only 3 kids that are out there. My legs have been trained for this. I'll get them before you know it. With one shot of my blowpipe, I'll kill them all. I know. Now go. After they die from the poison, I'll use this hatchet and bring you their heads. He is confident. He is confident, but he's also kind of scary. He's also kind of scary. Sniffing the ground and everything. Like I said, he's like a hunter. Okay. They are sprinting. That was a fail 10. That was failure. Let's take a quick rest. Okay. Shin, you're covered in wounds and bruises. Really? Ow. What the hell are you doing? Sit still. I'm going to clean and cover the big ones here. Shut up and leave me alone. No. If we leave it alone, a little demon might get in it and your arm will fall off. I hope you all know she means his arm will get infected and gangrene. Okay. I said shut up and leave me alone. Who the hell are you anyway? Helio Diao Ye. 10. 10. What a pain. And why the hell are you still with us anyway? Like I just watched a gold... Exactly, that's what I've been saying. Well, I didn't say that, but that's what I've been thinking when he said, where are we going? You know, we, not where you. So it was kind of obvious that he was going to follow until he gets either the cash or whatever. He's got nowhere to go right now, so it makes sense. There might be something stored away at the rendezvous point. Alright, you look pale, be quiet. Dealing with you is making me sick. That... he actually looks... I mean, looking at this image here, looking at this panel here, he actually looks very, very sick. I don't know. Let's get going. Alright, I'm going to show you the powerful legs of a mountain dweller. Just as I was about to say, he looks... he might be poisoned or something. Damn it. And he collapses. And he collapses. He has a pulse, so I bet he just reached the limits of physical... Alright. Not like I can blame him. One night he lost his best friend and also got revenge for it and still ran all this way. That's true. That is true. They can't go on like this. We need to let him rest. Don't have that kind of time, but what about Shin? Hey, Zheng Wencheng challenge in his unit is the only hope we have left, right? Yeah, that's right, but they never showed up in Kokui. Doesn't that mean that they're all dead? We just have to pray that isn't the case. Hey, Zheng. I'll just call him Ace. Hey, Ace. That's one troublesome sword you've picked. This guy is straight up trolling. Just look at that face. He's like, trolling. He is straight up trolling. That's one troublesome sword you've picked up there. I couldn't have said it better. Yin Yang Palace. I was told that that was something. I didn't write that down. That's the one thing I didn't write down from last comment. What the hell do you mean you haven't found the king's corpse? That's because the soldiers got a little carried away and chopped everyone to pieces, so we're having a hard time putting everyone back together. Also, there were a lot more tunnels under that village than we thought, but we're using all that we have to search them. Okay. Alright. He looks scary. He looks scary. Like last two chapters ago, he looked like a he looked like a nobody in front of the king, and now, well, in front of the king's brother, in front of Haikyuu, and now look at him. You know, now Ketsuga looks pretty scary. Those veins and whatnot. Damn that Wen Young Chang, I knew he was up to something, but for him to have planned this for, well, I underestimated him because he was a low-ranked official. Damn it, now I'm kicking myself for not taking care of him earlier. However, it doesn't even matter if the king has gotten through our grasp. No one knows of what's happened within the castle wall, so no one in their right mind will believe anything he says. Okay, alright. The real problem is that Wen Young Chang, I'll underestimate him no more. Find him along with the king. We must not under any circumstances let Wen Young Chang and the king meet up. Do whatever you must to find and kill him. There is no need for any of that, and that is obviously Haikyuu talking. Where on earth have you been at such an important time? General Wang Ji. Where? I was out playing with the much talked about Wen Young Chang. So calm down, I made him suffer some and kill him. Wow. I mean, this guy straight up looks like a threat as well. But wow. This guy is good then. General Wang Yi. I was told that guy is called General Oki. Oki, okay? Okay. That's General Oki. Of course the chapter would end. Good thing it's not the end. Good thing we're doing chapter 8. But just before I start chapter 8, let me just make sure that's the... yeah, that is the right page. Just before I start chapter 8, let me just say this. The dude is no more. The dude is no more. The last hope is no more. The tactician is no more. He is done. So from this point on, I don't know what they're planning on doing. So it's gonna be quite interesting. So just what they're planning on doing, obviously, how they're planning to progress and whatnot, and you know, all the good stuff essentially. So it's gonna be quite interesting to see where it goes from here. Shin's dinosaur. Okay. Don't light the torches yet, but I don't let your guard down yet, my king. For now, it looks like so that's obviously back in the day. That's obviously Wen Yung Chang. I think that's his name. Wen Yung Chang, I think it is. Yeah. It looks like everything is going according to plan. Left wing. Too slow. Too slow. Too slow. General Wang Yi. So that's how he ultimately. Okay. Okay. I see. Where are you off to, Wen Yung Chang? The party inside the castle has just started. This guy is a genuine threat, like a genuine threat. You could tell straight away just from that kind of look, the absent kind of look, you know, that kind of let's have some fun. That kind of look, you know, that he's a threat. We received word from Kyoukai. The king has managed to survive and slip through our defenses. Staff officer of G's army, Shitsi, and he's called Shishi. Damn it, he's resourceful. I just like seeing how like they are trying their best to actually go, you know, to actually assassinate the king, to actually kill the king. Because it you know, it is working for them. They basically find the king. You know, they found where he was hiding. They found where Ace was hiding. They killed Wen Yung Chung. So they are effective. They're very, very effective, in fact, and they're kind of scarily effective to a point. You know that wherever he goes, they will find him. That's what it seems like now. But anyway, well, the real problem, Wen Yung Chang, is that that man was a real threat to me. He easily slipped right through the defense line I set up and got outside the castle walls. He even prepared a body double of the king. And despite them being so prepared, you know, they still did so well. Because of him, I nearly ended up losing everything that night. He is a man that was well known on the battlefield. We should have been more wary of him. So who on earth was the one that got him? That man. General Wang Ji Oki. General Oki. That Oki. He knew we were going to mess things up, so he had his men waiting outside. Does that mean that Iken's dinosaur is on our side? So I'm okay. So that's who the title was referring to. So him. So that means that he is a well-established person in the military. Well, he's a general, so that kind of makes sense. But still, he had absolutely no interest whatsoever in the fights for political power up to now. So why would he bother now of all times? Land. His condition for taking our side was to gain all Wen Young's land. If all it takes to get that man is on our side is a little parcel of land, I made a killer deal. No one knows much of the general. If you put too much faith in him, you'll end up in a world of pain. Well, as long as he wins. I mean, ultimately, he either wins, he's in a lot of pain, or he loses his head, and then, well, I don't know. Then he's dead. Do you truly think you're in a position to worry about others? Leave the king to me. I have an assassin with a good... Well, yeah, we've seen that, yeah. The dude that we saw. I heard the vicious scarlet assassin you sent after him was killed. I hope you'll do a better job this time around. There's nothing to worry about. The one that's after him is Muta. Savage hunter. He is a hunter. I almost feel sorry for the king. That is a good looking tiger. That, besides perhaps one of the eyes, but that's a very good looking tiger, you know. But if you can tell straight away that what the animal's supposed to represent, that is pretty awesome. But yeah, we have the tiger going after the savage hunter, Muta. We got this tiger going. We have the tiger going after Muta, who is obviously here, and he just poisons. That can't be poison. Hits his eye. Flies into his eye. And that's the reaction it got. Wow. Wow. Moron. On the screen, would you find a hoodra that makes a king give him a piggy ride? After he lost conscious, the king carried you on his back all the way here. It's been 1 night and half a day. Let's go. That's what I mean. He's just the whole package. Smart. He's smart, intellectual. He knows how the world works. All that at a very young age, and he's got the strength as well to back it all up. He's just like I said, the ultimate king. You should rest a little more. You just sat down. Was that the king? It was. Yeah, that's the king that's moving like that. I was kind of thinking, who is moving like that? You know, who's moving wobbly like that? But that's the king. It's not like I asked you to carry me here, but thanks to that, I'm fully recovered. Now I'm going to return the favor. All you need to do is tell me where to go, and we'll be there before you know it. Good. I kind of expected him to do that. Hell no. No self-respecting man would ever agree to that. Pride as well. He has a pride as well to go along. How much further do we have to go? It's just a little further. Ace, what's the rendezvous point like? There isn't anyone who knows about it because it was summer getaway made by Quinn Jing 400 years ago. He made a summer getaway this deep in the mountains. What a benevolent king. So they're traveling for 1 night and an additional night. It's not like I'm tired or anything, but what in the hell will we actually get there? Didn't you say it was close? You see him complain. He carried you. He had little to no sleep, and he's still carrying you. You know what? I think he's lost. Just think about it. A king that was raised in the palace couldn't possibly find his way around you without some kind of landmark. He's ignoring us. You damn lost say something, you damn lost sheep. What? What is that? I don't know what that is. What? What's that supposed to be? I can't really tell what that's supposed to be. Don't know. Let's see. Maybe I'm just not getting it. I feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for him. I really do. I really do. So, what's that? What's with this guy? Another cave. Okay, so we're heading into another cave. Caves after caves after caves. Makes sense when you're on the run. And you made it. And you made it. There is the hideout. But nobody is here. Nobody will be here. And nobody is here. So, yeah. Yeah, that looks like it is the end. And that was Kingdom. Kingdom Chapter 8. So we had Kingdom Chapter 6, 7, and 8. And just overall, I think especially, especially in these last 3 chapters, I think what we saw a lot was obviously them running, but I think the character interaction as well. Obviously first they left the cave, then they ran, and now they entered the cave. But what was key was that first of all, Shin, he now decided to fight for Ace, and you'll have Ten obviously following them as well. He obviously wants money, and until he's getting the money, he ain't going anywhere, basically. So it's a deadly trio, I guess. We basically traded Hyo for the king for Ace, or you could say Hyo for 10 if you want. But yeah, I think a lot of running. But I think what's also good about these chapters was, first of all, we got introduced to a lot of different people. So we got introduced to the General Oki. We got introduced to Mata, I think his name was, or Mata. And then we got introduced to Shishi as well, the General Shishi. But what I especially liked, first of all, I liked Oki a lot. I thought he looked pretty awesome. I think he just overall seemed like such a massive threat. Wen Young Shun is dead as well. So, Chang Wen Young, he's dead as well. So that is, that's also a massive thing that happened. I think the best thing about these last 3 chapters was definitely the interaction between, I think, Shin and Ace. I think Ace, he's just somebody that you want to listen to, if that makes sense. Somebody that you want to read, somebody that you want to hear their thoughts. And I think, especially considering that he's the opposite of Shin. Whereas Shin, you don't want to see him talk that much. You want to see him act that much, if that makes sense. So, especially considering that they're the polar opposites, I feel that makes for a very good interaction. That makes for very good interactions when they speak to each other. So, overall, I enjoyed these chapters. I enjoyed them quite a lot. But I will see you guys next time, though. I'll see you guys for chapter 9 and 10 probably, or just 9, depends obviously on the time. But I'll see you guys next time. And until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace out everyone, and have a nice day. Bye. Kingdom Manga Chapter 17, Kingdom Manga Chapter 18, Kingdom Manga Chapter 19 live reaction. Now, that's pretty impressive, just to say. Now, before we get started, let me just do one little thing. I probably should have done that beforehand, but let me just do one little thing. Let's just see if we're live. We are live. Alright, because I just want to do one quick thing, just to have the chat actually be displayed as well. Yeah, actually, you know what, I can't do that right now. I'd have to end the stream, so unfortunately the chat won't be able to be displayed. But the main thing is that we're actually getting started right now with Kingdom. It's been a while. It has been quite a while, to be fair. Main reason why, I mean, there's a few reasons why, but the main reason why is honestly, with Kingdom, I feel like most of the time it's just a case of that it requires the least let me just state that it requires the least amount of time, Kingdom. So considering it's a manga chapter, and obviously I can edit around it, that just because it requires the least amount of time, I pretty much take it the least serious, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my fault, I know, but that's just the real reason why it hasn't been Kingdom. Well, let's just get started with chapter 9. Alright, let's make this full screen. Perfect. And we're just gonna go through it. We're just gonna read Kingdom. I've still got my trusty little notepad where the name changes are, not all of them, but some of the name changes are here: Shin, Hyao, Ace, and Dio /10. Right here. So let's get started with chapter 9. So this is currently, we're reading chapter 9. The music, as you can tell, is from Soul Eater, Never Lose Myself. And yeah, let's just get started. So that is the new volume. We're reading a full volume today, volume 2. And on here you see some of the main characters. Obviously here you see the main character. And here you see 10. Alright, let me put that on. Right here. So we're just seeing random buildings, it seems like. There isn't anyone here. You're right. Hey, why the hell are you so calm? We just arrived first, that's all. So that's the place that they obviously were going to, I believe. Yeah, alright. Rest in whatever room you feel like. Okay. I mean, it is a sword that he got from things, so I can't totally understand why that sword is special to him. Still, I think right now, he's still a kid, obviously, but right now he needs to actually just learn. He just needs to know more about the world, know more about himself, I think. And that's key right now. Time to eat. Just what? Just see how him, they're all composed and everything, and then you see Hyo just like, he's essentially just like, yeah, let's eat. Pretty much your typical, he's a shonen protagonist, really. That's what he is at this point. I just see him just like, what you doing? What you doing? You're in front of royalty. You're a really great cook. What's wrong with you guys? What aren't you eating? You're not hungry. Because eating next to a pig is making me sick to my stomach. And the funny thing is, 10 is younger than Hyo as well. That's the funny thing. Since you have put uprising, I won't ask for perfect manners, but at the very least, could you keep quiet while you eat? Please try. What else? You only notice it now. Wen Young Chang must have had all his food this prepared before the start of things. So Wen Young Chang is obviously, I don't say obviously, but then I look at my note. But he will later on be called doesn't actually say, so I think, sorry, Shobuken. He'll later on be called Shobuken. So that's going to be his name in the future. You know what? Okay. Alright, I think I should be able to remember that. Shobuken. Let's continue. Anyway, let me just continue. Let me just move that. Yeah, it's my first manga live stream, so it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. There's a lot of little errors, but you know what? We'll deal with it. Alright. I prefer before the start of the thing. Is that why there are mats and such? But Jang, that still doesn't explain this place. What do you mean? He said this was the summer house of the king from 400 years ago, and that it's also his burial ground, and that no one even remembers that it exists. If that is the case, why is a forgotten place like this in such a good shape? Unless someone was that's actually a fair point, you know. That's actually a fair point. Unless someone was constantly cleaning and doing repairs, this place would have fallen apart a long time ago. Kings from 400 years ago, Mu Gong was one of the rare benevolent lords. A rare benevolent lord, okay. He was a man that loved people from the bottom of his heart, and even if that person happened to be a slave from an enemy country, it said that he would show the same level of respect. That's honestly, that's a great king. That's somebody to aspire to be. There's also the story of when Mugong's warhorse was killed and eaten by some savages that lived in the that's brutal. Come on, I don't understand, why do horses always have to die? It's like horses are like the first thing that honestly always die in situations like that. Let's scroll down a little. That's messed up. Those are your ancestors we're talking about. With that remark, wow. So what happened next? Did he what? No, of course not. He just said he's a benevolent king, so he wouldn't do that. He gave them some liquor that would taste good with horse meat. If people are like I said, it's rare to get kings like that. It is rare to get kings like that. Gave them alcohol. Why the hell would he do that? That's what I just said. He's a benevolent. That's the kind of man he was. He loved his people, whether they were citizens or savages. He loved them, but his actions would bring great blessings to him. He opened up the hearts of the mountain dwellers. Okay. In China, China lies far east west of all the nations, but even farther west lies the expansive world of the mountain dwellers. The world of the mountain dwellers was one of the other citizens. Alright. The world of the mountain dwellers was one the other citizens were never to come in contact with. That's it. The king of the mountain dwellers and Mu Gong met face to face, shaking hands. That is him. Interesting design. They literally live in like a very old shack. That's the best way to put it. They live in a shack. They're literally not even mountain dwellers. They are just, yeah. I don't know what to describe them as without being insulting. When the fighting was really bad in China and the death of the village of a 10,000 plus were wiped out, he went to the west and opened up the way to the villages of hundreds of thousands. Okay. But what about now? I've heard nothing of Shin having any kind of good relationship with us mountain dwellers. Like I said earlier, he was a rare breed of man. In the end, Mugong was the only one who really cared for the mountain dwellers. So when he died, Shin's got all ties with them and they returned. Okay, alright, I see. I mean, for that many people, how many did he say? 100,000. A village to... Yeah, he went to the west and opened up the way to villages of hundreds of thousands. And then for all of them to basically have to travel back, that is a trip and a half, honestly. Oh my god. This place was built so Mugong could easily talk with the mountain dwellers, but after he died, people just forgot about it. Only royalty knows of this place for its historical value. Then who kept cleaning this place? The mountain dwellers. That's nice. Honestly, that is very nice. You know, that is what you're hoping to get. Like, you know, he obviously, yeah, he might have been a rare breed and whatnot, but he obviously he forged a relationship with them. You know, he helped them out when they needed the help. So it's good that they are actually looking after the place that, you know, that belongs to him in a way. So I think that's pretty awesome. They consider this holy land and come here to make sure this place stays in good condition. That's awesome. Honestly, that is awesome. That's awesome to see. Anyone knowing? That was a good story. He's crying. Of course he is. He's a young child. And there you have Shin just practicing. Also for you guys in the live chat, if anyone is actually there, I don't know. I can't really see the chat. That's the issue. That's why, yeah. I should have probably done this beforehand, but that's the way it is. Sorry. Anyway. He's like I said, he's practicing sword play and tennis, just pretty much looking around. Not doing much, he's just looking around. Why are you just standing around here? You're breaking my concentration. I was just moved by yesterday's story. So that's what the moon symbolizes, of course. Yes, that was yesterday. For 400 years, the mountain dwellers have kept this place in such good shape. Yeah, I was moved to you. Mugong was the man. If you want to leave your name in history, you need to be like him, right? I want to be a man that's talked about 400 years after I've died. I'm going to be the best general in history and have the future people sing about me. Shut up, dear. I have to ruin them. Yes, he does. But I guess you're happy, aren't you? Why? Because if you stay here, you'll eventually meet your people. That's true. That's true. That when young Chang is Shobuken is taking forever to get here. Maybe he already died. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that. It looks like a night is approaching, a new day is approaching. My people. What an idiot. From as long as I can remember, I was raised in Shin. There was no way that I can up and go to a mountain village now. If I could, you would never have found me in that village. Alright. Makes sense. I'll just by you being dressed as an owl, but sure. But that's fine. I've been promised a mountain of treasure from Zheng, so I'm going to be living the good life now. That Wenjing-chan. Get here already. My dream life is riding on whether or not you get here. If you don't come here, the three of us will have to stay here. The three of us here together. I'm such a fool. Who'd want to be here? There's somebody behind him. There is someone. I can see I already can see the feet here. There is someone behind him. Who would want to be here with that expressionless man and that stupid monkey? I'm in it for the money. I'm kind of scared to go on the next page because I'm hoping that nothing bad happens to him. Wait, what? That is the last page. How are you gonna end it like that? You can't end it like that. Oh, that's the last page and they're ending it like this. Well, that was Volume 2, Chapter 9. We're gonna go to... That is legitimately the last page. Okay, that's one way to end it. Let's go to Chapter 10. Because I want to see what happens. I've got a bad feeling about it. Let me just quickly do one last thing. Let me just move that here. And just say... Hi in the comment section. Hi, everyone. Alright. Alright. Let's continue. Ah, no, not him. He's about to... Ah, no. Off Guard. Chapter 10. It's called Off Guard. Oh, no. Alright. Alright, please turn around. What? Did he just like sense it or something? Sense the danger? Oh, he saw it. Oh boy, mountain dwellers. Wait, they're talking about the families that live in the mountains, right? And that means I'm also... Why did my family leave the confines of the mountains? That reminds me. Grandpa was saying something about that before he died. I don't know what that's supposed to be, honestly. I have no idea what that's supposed to be here right now. But he threw something. And he had to dodge. That's the good thing. That's the good thing. That's the good thing. So glad. I'm so glad. What the hell do you think you're doing, bitch? Okay, this is going bad. I can't believe that savage moved so quickly. Who is he? Here's a warrior from a country that's farther west than Chu. A warrior from the west. When Shin attacked Chu, Muta and his men were scouting out the land. They fought along with us at the time. Those who saw Muta fight were awestruck, so the commanders brought him to Shin. Is he really that good of a fighter? Don't know, I've never seen it myself, but Cap, we found his mark. Yeah, we found it, but I felt that his fighting style isn't that of a human. What do you mean it isn't that of a human? He doesn't look like one, let me just put it that way, but... We're getting this fight. We're getting this fight. We're getting Muta versus Shin. Like, who is that? Like, how would he know, honestly? It's you, isn't it? The guy who killed the assassin in that dirty village. And what are you going to do if it is me? That'd be What's exactly? That's what. Thank you. Finally, somebody said it. This guy is just strange. He has these weird clothes on, talks big, but looks weak as hell. He's small, unarmed, and unlike that ass at the village, I don't feel any bit of fear toward him. I felt something odd coming from him earlier, but it looks like I was mistaken. This guy, that's your first mistake. This guy, that's your first and hopefully last mistake. Sorry, not hopefully last mistake, but come on, come on. This guy's a chump. How could you underestimate somebody that was able to actually find you? You're probably mad that I beat your friend, but you should quit while you're ahead. You can't beat me. All stupid, and among them you seem to be the stupidest. For starters, that assassin was not a friend of mine, and above that, it is quite simply a matter for it's quite a simple matter for me to kill the likes of you. Did he dodge it? Did he? I don't know whether he dodged it. He just does that, and we see this panel. I don't know whether it hit him or he dodged it. I can't see anything. But then, what the hell? He says, yeah, you have the disposition of a fighter. Your body naturally reacted to my poison dart. So that would lead me to assume that he actually managed to dodge it. I don't know. I think so. Let's see. My poison is potent. One dart kills an elephant. It scratches you, you're dead. Exactly. Run. Well, they're very potent after all, but you don't need to worry about them. I won't use them on you who's killed an assassin. I really hated that assassin. He set my darts with sheep and that would always make fun of me. He didn't think I was a good fighter at all. Okay, so what are you planning? These darts are well known, even in Jua, as a dangerous weapon. It's a warrior's job to defeat a lot of enemies, and these darts are the tools to that end. But you people in Shin are stupid and don't know that. And since you don't know anything, I won't use it on you. I'll show in a way that you'll understand just how good I am. For you who is better than an assassin, I'll use these hatchets to chop you to pieces. I'll have to teach you slowly just how powerful I truly am. I don't know. The guy's making a mistake. Let me just put that way. The guy is making a mistake. If you had a poison weapon, why would you not use it? You know, that's my fault. If you had a poison weapon, why would you not use it? If you were a master of using poisonous weapon, why would you just for the sake of essentially pride, Why would you just change your style? He's making a big mistake. he looks scary as shit though. Oh, we were talking about speed. Take this, and he's gone, and he's disappeared. Oh, how do you end a chapter like this? Why is it? What's with those cliffhangers? They love cliffhangers in this show. We're going to next right now. We're going to chapter 11. We're speeding almost through it. It seems like I'm not trying to speed through it, but it really seems like we are. While we're at the topic, let me just quickly read some of you guys wrote. Damn, so many comments. Yeah. Character name well, yeah, it has a character named 10. Chinese history and tell the story about one of the great generals based on real person, I believe. Cool. Well, let's continue. Nope. Perfect. Let's continue with chapter 11. So, this guy, Shin was talking all big and everything, like, I don't feel a single threat from this guy. Now look at him. Can't read. It looks like he kicked him, I think. I don't think he used a hatchet, but I can't see where his second arm is, in all honesty. Conviction, chapter 11, conviction. And the king is looking on. Ace is looking on in horror. So while he's falling, he just tries to cut him like that, and he blocks. Okay, so hit him here. I see. You know what? For a kid to actually be able to get away with just that, that's impressive in of itself. Exactly. Not only did you dodge my attack, you also injured me. For a warrior like me, this can't be overlooked. I swear on my pride of the warrior that I'll hang you by your guts. Just try it, bellboy. He shouldn't be out there. He shouldn't be out here. He should be inside the building, waiting, hoping that Thing is gonna do it. If not, then he should come out. Yeah, we are followed. It's one of Sheng Yao's assassins. Why the hell are you just standing there? Hurry up and help him. He's going to die. Do you need my help? Like hell I do. Okay, that's settled then. And you, that weird old one is a really good fighter. I know. I was watching. But if you lose here, no matter how many lives you might have, it'll never be enough, Shin. See, the whole time, I'm complimenting them. I'm like, you know what? You guys, are, especially the king, Ace, you're smart for a king. You're this for a king. You're that for a king. And right now, he's behaving like a child. Honestly, he's behaving like a child. And you don't really see that often from him. But, you know what? I'll take it. I will take it because he believes in Shin. He believes in Shin, but he's behaving like it. It's funny, actually, that the smallest child, the smallest kid in here, him, 10, he is the youngest person here, who is like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? It's actually kind of funny seeing that. This isn't the time to be saying that. Wait a second. He said 3 children and me too. Looks like it. Are you guys still looking down on me? Exactly. Come on. This guy is a massive threat. I can tell already. He doesn't look human at all. So he just comes out, and Shin looks like he's blocking. Now this guy is just spinning in the middle of the. How are you spinning in the middle of the air while you flying? And he's cutting him with the thing that he's got on. That's interesting. That's a weird way of fight. That's a really weird way of fighting. And he hits him on his. Yes. I was wondering what that is. I mean, obviously that looked like a striking pattern, but yeah, good. Good. He is good. All those practice matches weren't for nothing. He is good. Very good. He managed to guard it with his sword. There's something different about Shin. Like his usual power isn't there. I can't put my finger on it, but he looks a lot smaller than he did facing the other assassin. Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? I've got a bad feeling. That to me, that just means he's sluggish and whatnot, and that he's poisoned or whatnot. But if he was poisoned, considering the reaction that it did on the other people, I don't think he would just. I don't think he'd still be standing. Something's going on. Maybe he's just being totally overwhelmed. I'm starting to get tired of this. Just die, Shin. Don't retreat. So I'm guessing he's figured something out. Standing your ground is your greatest weapon. If he's gonna die right here, like I just put this out. I know he's the main character. But if Shin is gonna die right here, I'm just gonna say this, right? That would be on you. That would be on you, Ace. And he strikes. Both of them got cut. But you know, I'm gonna point with my finger, but he got cut. It looks like here, and he got cut roughly around here. It was a tie, but it looks like Shin has changed. Muta's killing intent was like a spell, and he just freed himself. Okay, I see. That's what it was. Okay, the real fight begins now. This little kid. I apologize for calling you out here so early in the morning, but please understand that there was an urgent matter that needed you here. Jia Army Division Staff Officer Shichi. It's about the head of Wen Young Chang that you sent us last night. As you can see, it's so badly beaten we can't tell whether or not it's truly him. I'd love to hear exactly what kind of fight you had that has turned out like this. General Wang Ji. What's this? I don't know, this guy just, to me, he just has like a, what's this? Are you doubting my validity of my story? Like this, like I don't know, like this, it's that smile. It is that smile. Even though I can't really tell. I mean, to be fair, you're supposed to not be able to tell, but he's like, what's this? Are you doubting the validity of my story? No, I'm not doubting you, but it's my duty to find out little details like this. Whoever fights me usually ends up looking like that. And if you don't believe me, I'll be glad to show you with one of those guys over there as a test subject. What exactly is it that you're after? A world full of blood and guts. Yo, okay, you know what? I like this dude before. Because he's just got that creep face, you know, that let me put a smile on your face kind of face. And now I like him even more. A world full of blood and guts. I was only joking. Such a world doesn't exist. However, if a world like that were to come in the future, I'd be beside myself with joy. I like this guy. I like this guy. I like this. What's his name? General Wang Ji. I believe there was a correction about that. It's like something like General Wang Shi. General Oki. General Oki. Oki is key. Key to the destruction of the world, and that's the last page. That was chapter 11. We're moving on to chapter 12. We're kind of, I don't know where it's just the chapters right now that are just short. Oh, I'm kind of speed reading through it. But chapter 12. While I'm doing that, let me just quickly have a look. I don't think it was. What doesn't seem like something like, I don't think it was a bold move by King. 2-1, they've got more chance, I believe. Is he half chicken? I'll custom. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like it's like an owl kind of thing. It's just weird. It's just strange. It really is. Like I don't understand why he's still wearing that in all honesty. But you know what? Let him do himself. You know, he does. You do you, and you know, just stick with what you do. It looks like all of them are slowly finding it. So I guess I was hearing things. Ah! Wow! I saw this panel. I looked down. I saw this, and I saw this. Just mountain dwellers. Mountain dwellers. They are here. Straight through the armor as well. What good is an armor if it can't defend you against a spear? I'm sorry, but that armor is useless. Mountain dwellers, Captain. No, the way. All right. They're not mountain dwellers. They're actual soldiers. Get serious. There's no way we'd come across enemy soldiers out here. Enemy soldiers. We shouldn't have any enemies left. Well, you're. I think General Oki didn't actually kill the right person. That's my thought right now. Or it was another body double. But I don't think there's going to be anyone that looks exactly like him. But we'll see. Loyal Retainer, Chapter 12. And the fight between Muta and Shin still continues. But Shin is holding his own. He is holding his own. Right now, he's not really fearing it anymore. The killing intent isn't really bothering that much anymore. Why did Shin suddenly start fighting better? When he fought the assassin, he lost himself in his anger and willing to bet anything that he doesn't remember any of it. This will be his first true fight with his life at stake. And considering that he's got such high ambitions, he better do well. He better do well. He and Hyo sparred over 1,000 times, yeah? Thanks to that, he's good enough that he won't lose to most guys you come across. But there was one major thing he never learned. How to fight with your life on the line. How to deflect the killing intent directed at you. Okay. However, Shin realized that he was retreating due to his opponent and dove in. That Vietnamese guy is good, but Shin is no slack. Now he's bleeding all over, but now he's officially back. Now he's officially back to being himself. And it looks like he is holding his own. He cut him in the forehead. He is getting cut in the forehead. So that it seems like they're pretty equal. After all the blood he shed, he's not giving up. In fact, he keeps on coming at me and he keeps getting faster and he keeps going after critical hits. Yeah, you better look shook. You better look shook. This pup is actually a tiger. Nice. Nice. That's all I can say. Nice. He cut him down to size. He cut him down with a nice looking cut right here. And cut him down to size. Got it. You need to kill him. You need to kill him. I'm sorry. You need to kill him because otherwise he's gonna use the poison. Please don't be soft. Wait, I'll come tend to your wounds now. And this guy's getting back up, but he's starting to use the poison here. With my pride of the warrior, I'm not going out like this. Even if it's just the king, I'll take someone with me. Shit, run. He did not die. Okay, you are a liar. You are a liar. What the hell do you think you're doing to my king? And he just kills him. One swipe kills him. With that glaive halberd, not halberd, but the glaive, what's it called? What's that kind of weapon called? Bison, I think it's called, or something like that. He just cuts him down. This was the end. So that's Wen Young Chang Shobuken. That guy that took Shin's friend too. Hyo died. And he just ignores him. He's not here for you. He could probably finish you in all honesty. Just look at the guy, man. I mean, this is intimidating. This guy is straight up. Just look at this. He is intimidating. He is intimidating. He's not got time for someone like you. He just walks right past him to the king. After saying that I planned all things out perfectly, this happened. Your foolish retainer takes full responsibility for this. If you wish it, I'll smash my skull against this rock right now. Before any of that, I'm so glad that you're safe. That's a beautiful panel. That's honestly a beautiful panel. Same here. That's the end. That's the end. But that's the ending to this chapter. I mean, at the beginning of this chapter, we still obviously got we've got a mystery. Who could that be? But then we slowly started we got like the conclusion of the fight, and then we got introduced to Shobuken again, or should I say Wen Young Chang, and it just seemed like them two. Honestly, that's going to be an awesome thing to see, just going further on through the story. That was chapter 12. Let's go to chapter 13. Before I do that, let me have a quick look at the comments. Weak and strong points of Shin. Just help, exactly, just help him or go. Mr. Hunter X Hunter, I should say, not Monster Hunter. Mr. Hunter X Hunter, thank you, man, thank you. And yeah, I totally agree with you, Parazak. They're just standing and it's like, yeah, you know what? He is pretty worried. He is pretty good. He's pretty bad. They should be out there helping him, in all honesty. Anyway, let's move on to chapter 13. Shobuken, a heated battle. He looks good. Like, he looks proper badass. It really does. I like the art style is also fantastic. I mean, if you look at, I know it's just a tiny little detail, but if you look at this part here, right, it actually really looks like it's standing out. Like it really looks 3D, if that makes sense. Like it's stuck out. I just think that's awesome art, in all honesty. The hair, I'm not a fan of the hair, I'll be totally honest. This part, yes, they're just the individual strands. Not a big fan of that, art-wise I'm talking about. But just the armor and everything, like the armor looks awesome. The hair, I'm not a big fan of, to be totally honest. But okay, here's the food. They all look injured. I was gonna say that in the last chapter because the one guy had like a thing over his eye, but they all, yeah, he had like a thing over his eye, but they all actually look injured. I think I got food for everyone. Now that I take a close look, everyone is so beat up, it's making me sick. Exactly. Let me just put it on full screen. Come over here and have breakfast with everyone. Now then, let's hear it. Why did all your plans fail to come into fruition? Sir, shouldn't be king. Everything was going fine until we actually got out of the castle, but there was an unthinkable enemy waiting for us outside. Who? General Wangji, General Oki. Look at this guy. Just cut straight in half. How much strength does this guy have? Just cutting a dude in half. This guy is a born killer. This guy is a... If that smile doesn't tip you off that he's a born killer. This guy is a born killer. Wait right there, Wen Young Chang. He's almost on me. I'll stop Wang Ji. You guys protect our king. I never dreamed this man would be here. So both of them, I mean, both of them have awesome armor, so I kind of expect both of them to be awesome as well. Here, wait, he is okay. He's blocking him. He's falling back. This guy, like you can tell, he's just taking it easy. You know, he looks strong. He looks accomplished. He looks well built, like a proper, you know, like somebody you could trust in the battlefield. But this guy, he's just like, I don't care. I don't care. Just knocks him off the horse. Alright, no, he was able to maintain his balance. Alright, okay, I see. It's been so long since we've been this close while mounted, hasn't it? We're enemies right now. This is the first time. That aside, you said you weren't interested in this fight over the throne, so why are you fighting now? So it looks like they have history. It looks like they were friends. Because I love the blood-curling feeling of having your life on the line in battle. You make no sense. You understand. What? So alright, so he attacks, he blocks casually. He attacks, the armor is cut in two. It looks like just cracks, it doesn't look like blood. Ever since Shin became a merchant country, the battles have become seriously boring. Things have gotten dim since the time of the Shining King. The king of Shin that made a name for himself on the battlefield, Zheng's great-grandfather. You're right, since this country has become more of a merchant country, the battles that take place are between men trying to gain political and financial ground. But that has nothing to do with you guys that fight real battles, right? Get serious. I don't know, for me, this guy's voice, I think there is an anime actually for this out. I think there is an anime for Kingdom And I think if I were to go in the anime, I'm pretty sure this guy's voice would be something like, "Get serious. Do you really think I'd get excited over such a silly fight? I'm much more delicate than that." You know, like to me, he sounds like Joker. Not Joker. No, the Joker. Yeah, the Joker. Yeah. The Joker from the animated comic series. He will sound like that, like, "Get serious. Do you really think I'd get excited over such a silly fight? I'm much more delicate than that." So, like, along those lines, it's that smile. It is that smile and those massive... Yeah, this guy is a threat. Then are you saying that fighting an old castle soldier like me gets you excited? It just might. There was a time when we were both on the same battlefield and you always stood out. So getting to chance to fight you will definitely make me happy. So that was them in the younger days, and even then he had that creepy smile. Not as bad as today, but even then he had that creepy smile. Nowadays it's just times 100. What's he pointing towards? It's the Sheaf Hill. Alright, now that we've made it this far. Oh, looky here. When did we get into such a backwater place? And to top it off, this looks like the perfect place to have backup troops waiting. That's exactly right, 1G. Has he got... Nice! Backup troops waiting. But we all know that General Oki actually made it out of there, so... Even with all them soldiers there, this guy is still calm. And he made it out. Division 1 and 2, protect the carriage with the king. Division 3 and 4, aid our leader. Oh, here they come. With these numbers, I'd say that all the personal unit... I'd say that's all of the personal units you have. Wang Ji, stand down. You can't win this fight. You don't need to worry about me. I figured something like this would happen. So I prepared some extra units of my... He's not just a threat physically, but he's also a threat tactically. Awesome. He's got his own threat as well. Now then, Wen Yung Chang. Let the battle start. While the battle was going on, I'm sorry. Let me just take a second here. Let me just say this. General Oki is a... I've said this like 100 times so far already, but I'll say it 100 more times if I have to. He is a massive, massive, massive threat. He was casual the whole time. To me, right now, I don't know if we're going to get introduced to other characters in the future, but he looks like the biggest threat just as in general. In the whole show, he looks like the biggest threat just as a whole. And he doesn't just rely on his brute strength, he is also smart. He also knew something like this might happen, so he was careful and cautious and whatnot. So to me, he is the biggest threat in the show right now. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Let me take a sip and let's continue. While the battle was going on, Wang Ji and I continued our fight. But I took on one of Wang Ji's attack and fell off of a cliff. Luckily for me, there was a river below and I was saved, but I was separated from my men and the battle. Okay. What do you mean that's him? Is he known? Do you guys know him? My king, I was with Hyo throughout the whole ordeal, so I'll continue off where the captain left off. But before that, would it be alright to call that boy over here? Granted, Shin, come here. You have the right to know exactly what happened to us all after our captain fell. Okay. Okay, let's find out. These cliffhangers. These cliffhangers. I'm hating them already. I'm hating them already. Like, how do you end like that? Like, yeah, you have the right to know exactly what happened to us all after our captain fell. See you guys next week when the next chapter comes out. Good thing that's not the case for me. But that was chapter 13. We're going to go on to chapter 14. And let me just read the chat again. Yo, Prince. Morning. That's not really morning. Don't respect my boy Shogun Ken. I will disrespect him all I want. I just like the voice he used for Oki. Just suits him so well for now, at least. Exactly. To me, he's a threat. Like, he sounds to me like the Joker. He really does sound like the Joker. So I'm just really happy what's happening right now. Also, Miller Free, yo, back to you. Anyway, let's continue with chapter 14. I don't know what happens. What he's gonna say. My name is Bai. I think you have a right to know what happened to the rest of us who were surrounded by the enemy. After Captain Wenyung fell off the cliff. Yeah. They're at the carriage. It's over. We're going to die out here. And he came out. The path to being a general. I can see what is going to happen. He came out and he started fighting. Yeah. Don't give up. We need to regroup. We're going to make it through this. Okay. Okay. So wait, what? He kicked him off the horse. I thought the guy was walking, but obviously not. He kicked him off the horse and took his horse. How did he do that in the air? From that single yell of his, we who had already fallen to despair were encouraged to fight again. Because I was next in line to the captain, I knew who Hyo truly was, so I could barely believe my eyes. This is the personal army of General Wang Ji that we're talking about. That he didn't bat an eye at, but led us into the lion's mouth. You would never have guessed that was a slave body double, because he looked just like a true blue general. That's awesome. That's awesome. Come on. That is awesome. That's awesome to see. That is truly awesome to see. I'm really glad about seeing that. He's inspiring the people. With the amount of people we have, we can break through. Lieutenant, send the group around to the bottom of that cliff and search for Wen Yingshan. The king is still in need of his service. Okay, well, most people don't know, but yeah. There's still not that many left. I guess we won't be getting away that easily. Shin, give me strength. And what sort of omen? Give me strength. I don't know. Hyo suddenly turned and took on the new enemies on the hill. Because he did, the attack on the rest of us weakened significantly. I turned back once only to see Hyo on the hill taking on the enemy forces. Just him on his own. I thought we truly met up with him here again. What a disgrace. Yeah, I totally understand how he feels. I totally understand how he feels right now. Shin, he went out like a G. That's the best thing. He went out like a true general. Without actually ever realizing his dream, he essentially fulfilled or lived his dream, I guess, if you want to call it. There's something I need to ask you. What's a slave doing calling someone their name like that? Wait a minute, you ain't the king, are you? Even considering you don't know much about how the world works, that's what's pretty bad. Very few people would dare to say the king's proper name, much less to say it without any respect. Come on now, dude said it was alright. Dude. Calm down, I already overlooked his impudence. What do you want? I'm not quite as smart as Hyo, so I need you to tell me the specifics. Who are you trying to fool? You're a... Oh, come on! Come on, dude. You're like 2 years younger. What you playing at? And I kill for you and you get the throne back. Well, what will you do for me? Since you're the king, will you grant a wish of mine? My only wish is to become a general. So will you make me a general? Well. I can't believe, will you damn fool. Will someone throw this stupid? I mean, he is stupid. Let's be totally honest here, but still, come on. He's probably stronger than most of you guys. What brought this up? Hyo was really amazing. That thought was reinforced now after hearing these men speak of him like a hero. He knew exactly what needed to be done to get what it is he wanted. I, on the other hand, don't know anything. Since he knew everything, I figured I'd just go along with him to reach my goal. But Hyo is dead now, and I'm back to the point of not knowing anything. So I need you to tell me, what do I need to do to become a general? Alright. The era where only nobles could become generals has ended. Within our country, True strength, supremacy, and principle have pushed lineage to the back burner. The system that's in place now allows for anyone to go to war, and if they do well, they get promoted. If they keep it up, they'll eventually reach the level of a general. Okay. However, that path doesn't exist for you right now, because you're not a soldier. Why not? The army is made up of men from noble families and regular citizens who either enlist or are drafted into the army. But you, however, are not a noble and you can't enlist either. The only ones who can enlist are those who are registered, and they must come from a village that meets certain criteria. But to a slave like you who doesn't have a place to live, forget about raising your name through battlefield exploits. You can't even make it to the battles. Slave like you is trying to reach the stars. That's his dream though. There's gonna be a way. Okay, I get it. The arena is done. Yeah, I do get it. So when you get your throne back, you'll give me a place to live in a good village and everything will be alright. Also, make it so that I'm not a slave anymore. That's exactly right. That's what I mean. He's an idiot. But he is an idiot that's gonna get what he wants because he's an idiot. And it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. He gets what he wants because he's an idiot. That makes sense. Don't forget now, but you'll need to work 10 times harder than everyone else here. I'll work 100 times. I can't make heads or tails of his stupidity. Thank you. Thank you. Finally somebody says it. And that's the translators needing people to work. That was chapter 14. That was a pretty good chapter. It was a pretty good chapter. Let's go to chapter. I mean, all of them have been pretty good. A lot of, like, all the early ones obviously have been fighting based and whatnot, but this one now, the last few have just been like story based, and I really like that. But you know what, let's quickly go at the comments. Oki is the best. Yeah. One of the best. I wouldn't say the best. I'm trying to think right now, but I'd still say, I don't know, I like Shin a lot. I really do, so I'll stick with that. I think he's still number one. Prime Minister Lu. This kind of weapon is perfect for someone with no power like me. You need to be careful though. You need to be careful with that though. I still need darts. I think the old man's body was moved over there somewhere. Oh, there. Oh, this guy's gonna get himself killed, isn't he? Even though I'm used to seeing dead bodies in the village, but touching one is disgusting. It's on the inside. It's a possessed corpse. What? Don't shout. If they were to find out that Mumyan is still alive, they will definitely end Mumyan's life. What? The guy is still alive? If they were to find out that Mubyan is still alive, they will definitely end Mubyan's life here and now. Mubyan's continued life is a threat. That being said, Mubyan doesn't have much longer to live, so if it's not too much to ask, just let Mubyan die in peace. I won't disturb you, but you need to hand over the poison to me. The darts are stored around my belly. Take them yourself. I no longer have the strength to move. Why do I feel like something bad is going to happen? Is it? That is my rationing's bag. It's lower. That's my water bag. It's low. Oh, come on. That bag contains my future. I did not expect to laugh. In this manga, really. I did not expect to laugh. That's good. That reminds me of Dragon Ball Z Abridged. That reminds me straight up of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, honestly. That he's good. He is good. The poison darts are too dangerous. Take these tranquilizing darts instead. Let me give you last advice as things. Even if you follow that young king, you won't be able to get anywhere. According to what Mubyan has heard, the only followers he has left is just that bearded old man. Still a guy called Lu and his powerful army, even though I heard he's far from here. Okay. After our battle with I don't even know how to pronounce Huang Ji, we are in a state of complete disarray. We have lost the combative ability of what an army should have. Much to our dismay, traitors in the palace grow stronger by the day. The subordinates suggest we be patient and wait for Prime Minister Lu's army to return from Wei before planning our next move. Won't Lu's army oppress Zheng's brother and the traitors? Isn't that a good thing? What the hell are you getting so angry about? This is a strategy meeting. If we let Lu finish them off, then won't I lose a chance to earn some honor? Yeah, that is so true. That is so true that he only cares about himself ultimately. No idea when Lu will return. Who could wait so long? He would return. He would immediately return. Right now, Lu's army is attacking Shaoliang, which is located in northwestern Wei. He is about a 10 days march away. So he is here. I'm trying to just get a good scope of the world. And that's Shin, okay. I've already sent a number of fast messengers to inform him of the rebellion in the capital. Right now, he should be on his way home with 200,000. Okay. Zhen. What's wrong? Your face is pale. I heard if Zheng doesn't die, Lu won't return to capital. Is this true? Doesn't die, Lu won't return to the capital. What? There's a messenger from the capital. There's another message about Ji's rebellion. Execute him. Save the city. Arrest the messenger and have him executed. Even if Lu knows of Ji's rebellion, he won't return. That can't be possible. If the king is lost, the one that would be affected the most would be Lu, isn't that right? It's still not clear why Prime Minister Lu is terrifying. The time for me to be assassinated and for Zheng to become... Okay. Then Lu could declare Zheng Yao and Ya are immoral and false leaders. He could then use this excuse to enter the royal capital with his army. In a capital turned battlefield, it's hard to say the royal family won't be caught. Okay, and then he would, yeah, once the royal family has been eradicated, what do you think people will support us in? Exactly. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Isn't Lu your backup? It isn't like, if it's like this, then you're surrounded by, and it pretty much surrounded everywhere. I face blades as numerous as grass on the plains with no real power kind of king. Yeah. Yeah. What to do, right? I'm deeply shamed. As we are now, we can't even take a single step into the capital. The subordinate suggests that we wait and observe Lu and Ji's movement and decide what we should do. No. I wish to return to the capital soon. Now he's acting like a child. Regardless of if I live or die, Ji will prepare for the all-out war with Lu. Once he's done, he will forcibly put Zhengqiu on the throne. Lu and Ji's battle is most severe, and the consequences is splitting the country in two. I must reclaim the throne before they begin at war. To take the capital back, we must have a force of army. Exactly. You can't just go in there and be like, "Yep, stop fighting." It does not exist. So what now? Well, the mountain bandits. I don't think about it. It's like that, huh? Let's just forget all this and just quietly live the rest of our lives. He is an owl. Mountain clan. Let me about anything. Let me have a look. No, this is mine. I'm not going to take it from you. Let me have a look. That's it. What? They what? Cool. How do you end? I've said this like 5 times already, but how do you end a chapter like that? Okay, he's realized something. I don't know. The mountain bandits. I've been saying that. That has to be it. Has to be it. There's nobody else. chapter 16. But before that, as always, we're gonna look at the comments. But come on, it has to be the Mountain Bandits. There is no one else right now. Yeah, I know about Chancellor. I've got it written down still. Shouldn't up for a track, but he knows what he needs to know to get what he wants, but he doesn't rely on Nakama power. Yep. But let's get back to the chapter. Let's get back to. I want to read. I want to know that I'm right. That's pretty much it. I want to know that I'm right. That's all I need to know right now. Let's move the mouse. Let's go full screen. I know you guys can't really tell the difference, but I can. There right now, there's a thing at the top. Anyway, let's continue. Can I get rid of that? No. Alright. Horse and wine for 300 soldiers. Where are they going? Okay, they're going through the forest, so I'm guessing they're going to the Mountain Bandits, whatever. The column is getting longer and longer. Even Shen Wenyang had fallen behind. Yes, sir. Alright. No, they're all injured. They all went through hell. We're dragging our feet like this, you know, we drown. This isn't a pleasure trip. I say it again, I dare you. If we keep dragging our feet like this, you know. They just went through hell, alright? They just went through hell. The path going deeper into the mountains will be even the path going deeper into the mountains will be more treacherous. There will be even more people who will be left behind, but we don't have the time to take care for them. Yes, my king, I understand. Really great view. Hey, Zhang, since we're talking about a king of the mountain. A king of the mountain, so they are going there. Does that mean there's also a king with an actual... Is a kingdom with an actual king? The kingdoms and the kings... Alright. No, compared to the kingdoms and the kings on the plains, there are significant differences. In the territory of the mountain clans live an innumerable amount of clans. These clans form alliances and choose a leader, someone who we refer to as king of the mountain clans. Okay. Various foreign royalty and former nobles, you know. Zhang and Zhou were dynasties before the spring and autumn period, but did not identify themselves as a nation. Rather, it was a coalition of smaller countries led by alliance leaders who distributed the lands of Zhonghua, Zhongguin, or China. So, the district lands of China, okay. 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 You also think it's similar to Zhou and Zhang's kings, right? He doesn't know anything. that look says it all. Both dialects. He's like, yeah, you think that's right? He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You seem to know these mountain roads like the back of your hand, because Gangyong's summer retreat is built between Zhong and the mountain. Zhong summer home city. Okay. Let's approximately know where it is, and using those idols on the road as markers, we should be able to find our destination, I'm guessing. And they are really struggling. I mean, this guy, if he was to collapse right now, I think that's him. Yeah, that's him. I would not be surprised, and then he collapsed as well. So they are struggling a lot. We don't have time. Those who can't continue will have to go back down and wait at Gangyong's summer house for further orders. You've already reached the limit. Go back with Zhang. My lord, I can still... Everyone. Yeah, he is the leader, so it makes sense that he would recognize the weaknesses of the squad and essentially tell them to retreat in this instance. Anyone who falls behind the group, I want them to immediately descend. I want all of you to remember that. Would have to leave. And take the throne, everything would have been done in vain. We need to pick up the pace. You were tired of you. I mean, you're still sweating here. You're still sweating here, but he is a real leader. He's a real general. Well, that's right. Right now, every soldier is needed. Our opponent are those horrific mountain people. The more soldiers to protect the king, the better. Want to attack with or without these soldiers, we will be annihilated. I need people who are keeping the summer house clean and warm. I see how it is. You haven't heard the story of horse and wine for so. Oh boy, oh boy! Tell me about them. Tell me about them. What's so bad about them? Horse and wine for soldiers. 400 years ago, there was a benevolent king of Shin who gifted wine to the mountain people that ate the king's war horse. He loved his people like his children and was enlightened with Oh, I know him. He's Gangong. Yeah. 13 years of Gangong's reign, the neighboring kingdom of Jin was suffering from famine. Okay. Although Ying and Shin were enemies, Gangong pitied the peasants of Yin and lent vast amounts of food to Jin. Okay. Shiji described the event as an unbroken chain of boats and carts from Qin to Shin, all of them carrying food. Okay. Okay, so where is the issue? What happens? This is what later generation referred to as Fanzhou Chi. So let's see. Okay, Fanzhou Shi. Okay, it was Qin's turn to suffer a famine. But Jin raised a massive army and invaded Shin. That's yeah. I'm totally agreeing with him. That's a scumbag move. That's a scumbag move if I've ever seen one. Because of this, even the benevolent Gangong was enraged. He personally led soldiers on the front line to the battle of the enemies. I can totally understand it. You know, if you're being such a good person, we didn't hear that story before. If you're being such a good person and you get betrayed like that, or if you don't get the help that you essentially gave, it's fair to feel like that. It's fair to feel like that. In the initial stages of the war, the eagerness of Shin soldiers kept the advantage for the Shin, even in the face of severely overwhelming numbers. But the Shin soldiers suffering from hunger first and eventually exhaustion turned in the favor of the Shin. Was surrounded. That's right, even though annihilation was almost certain. At that time, from the eastern side of the forest suddenly appeared 300 mountain people wearing strange attire, cloaked in malice that could have been felt. To repay Gangong's benevolence, they do greatly value honor. And brotherhood. However, they look like the guy that just died, Muta. They are cannibals. Aha. They are cannibals. I see it. Bruh. The mountain clan battle could be said as extremely horrifying. Even the Shin soldiers that were saved by the mountain people were horrified and disturbed. Or rather, it was not of the regular kind. 300 mountain people beat back thousands. And after they saved Gangong, they attacked Shin main camp and captured Jin King alive. Yeah, exactly. They're pretty strong. They are pretty strong. Just because they were guarding Gangnyeong's summer house doesn't mean they are friendly to Shin. Thinking so is childish. For certain reasons, after Gangneung died, they severed all ties with us. Hatred for us had been growing all this time. It would be better if we believed the records. Huh. Regardless, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but if they don't see you as enemy, you have a good force, and right now you need a force. Otherwise you're gonna die regardless. So it doesn't really matter. Either way, you're gonna die. When the time comes, I'll just have to defeat them all. Yeah, sure. Although you say that, the last time that was said, you were avoiding Mubian for a while. Pretty much. My lord, is there a problem? Nothing. Could it be that he's struggling as well? Is a threat. Little punk, I'm going to teach you a lesson. And they are here. They are here. I really like those masks. The mask looks awesome. Of course it would end here. Of course it would end here. I'm never gonna get over these cliffhangers, but they are here. Now the question is, they look ready for battle, but obviously they would come prepared. So the question really now is, are they here as friend or foe? Find out in the next episode, in the next chapter. Woohoo! Let's go back to the comments for a second. And of course, enemies having the last break. Be about lunch. Alright. See you later, Purple Pygmy. How much eyes did that guy have? You're talking about the guy. Well, let me just quickly go back to chapter 16 because I think you're talking about the guy with the mask, right? When he ate, dude, it looked like it. This panel, I think. Yeah. It's pretty strange. Let's just say that it's pretty strange. Not what I would wear, especially not on my head. Definitely not what I would wear. Let's continue though. Encounter. We've got people falling behind again. Good thing peasants like us are used to spending the whole day walking around. Look at them. Look at them. Well, you are. Just look at yourself. Since you can just bribe your way up in the army, you end up with all these stupid parents with loads of money just buying high ranks for their useless son. You know, come to think of it, Hecky, you're pretty young for a lieutenant. Ooh. I mean, it's a good idea to motivate them like that, but still. My family, we would never use our money like that. I obtained this position by my own merit because my swordsmanship and studies were better than anyone else. He says, I'm serious. Well, for a rich kid, you're quite the hard worker, aren't you? On the other hand, how can a pampered kid like him climb this mountain so easily? It's not just his stamina. Like how he cut off the assassin, exactly, and the way he acted inside the cage is completely abnormal. He looks like he's just used to it. Even though he's completely different from you and I, Xiao and I, Pyo, he's clearly... Did it just... Wait. No. He's clearly been in this... I've forgotten to change the name. But he's clearly been in this own share of life and death struggle. Just what is with this guy? No, they did! Yes! I just realized it. No wonder I was a little confused just then. But the names, like Aisei, you know, he was previously obviously called Sheng. Now he's called Aisei. So the translations, I guess, have officially changed right now. So from now on, I'm guessing, because I was thinking like Hyou, why is it Hyou? No, so just what? So I say. So yeah, the translations have officially changed to what I was told before. Yeah, he looks. Yeah, despite leaving the army becoming official, I thought I could still count myself a soldier, but it seems I was too naive. Growing old is a fearsome thing, but this isn't the time or place to rest. I must persevere. I'm the only one in Shin who can protect our Lord right now. Except him! The kid is no good. He's too much of a simpleton. The warring states are not something you can conquer with brawn alone. In the end, it all comes down to me. And he's surrounded. That's a great panel. And you're surrounded. That's a great panel. Now the question is, are you friend or foe? Are you friend or foe? Your Majesty, everyone protect the king. Get up here quickly. Make a circle of formation around the king. And he's he's telling them to calm down because right now, I was gonna say, if they wanted a fight, it doesn't matter how much you protect. You know, 300 people were able to take out thousands. So just you guys alone won't do anything anyway. So yeah, anyway, regardless. If they wanted a fight, we'd be dead already. Because these guys sure are carrying a lot of weapons. They just came to check if we were friends. Exactly. That's what I've been saying before. You're gonna have weapons regardless. Relax, don't move. What is Shin doing? What is Shin? What's wrong with this kid? What is wrong with this kid? Why are you doing that, bro? What? is wrong with this kid? This kid is on some another level. He just does not care about anything. Even Ace, he was like all calm and everything. Like, what the hell are you doing? Please excuse him. He's a complete idiot. Absolutely. This is our territory. Of course he talks. Playing well with the trespass into our lands, we will dig out your eyes and throw you down a waterfall. Since you have journeyed here to meet our leader, we will decide what to do with you after hearing your reason for coming. Our leader knows everything. Young King of Shin, our leader awaits you. We will escort you to our city. Okay? If that's the case, I should have said so sooner. Come on, let's get going. And he just grabs him and pushes him to the floor. We will only bring your king. The rest of you will immediately just... That's an issue. That's an issue. No Soda would leave his king alone, but I'm guessing the king is going to say something right now. What did he say? What if we refuse? Then all of you will die. The only one we will allow is your king. The rest must leave this mountain at once, or we will slaughter you all with no mercy. I like the fact that he's got dual blades. I always like people that use blades. I don't know. I'm a sword and blade fan, just metal fan. Of course it ends like that. Of course it ends like that. Now the question is, what's gonna happen? Because I would assume that he's gonna say something like, you know, he's gonna say, we're gonna, you guys, you know, this is our only chance. Let's do that. But I want to see what the reaction from them is. Anyway, we're gonna move on to chapter 18. Before we do that, though, let me just quickly check. Aye. Nothing new. Alright. I don't know which one's full screen now, to be fair. This one's full screen. Alright, let's continue. Perfect, alright. Commitment. Are you out of your mind? There is no way we would just give up our king and leave him without protection. We should leave these mountains and think of a different plan. Our leader's given orders. Your king must come with us. Why do I feel like he is the king? I don't know, I've just got a feeling like he is the king. He fell right into the trap. Why? Like, this guy goes to say, and why? 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 What is with this kid? I normally like people like him in kid shows, but this, he's just insane. You've made your intentions loud and clear. Now it's our turn to make demands. If you don't want to get the shit kicked out of you, then take us to your leader right now, bruh. Bruh. They're all ready to fight, but he's like, stop. Who? Alright, that's Ace saying, alright. You are about to all die just because of this stupid kid. I would kick him out. I'd slit his throat and just be done with it. I really would. He just pretty much, he would have killed all of you guys. But Ace is like, stop. Put away your weapons. I will do as these people have asked and accompany them alone to meet their leader. I can't take Shin serious. I really can't take this dude serious. I really can't take this dude serious. Like, who does that? It is impossible to escape the mountain folks. Furthermore, we must have their help if we are to retake the throne. All soldiers are to descend the mountain and await my return at the shrine. That is an order. Don't disobey your king. Wasn't I meant to be your sword? A sword is not required for a meeting. As you wish. Let's hope. Let's hope. I don't think he would die. I really don't. The king must have decided to go with them for our sake, but at least he was actually invited by the leader. They wouldn't have. That depends. He's going to get himself killed. What the heck are you saying? He's definitely going to get killed, man. Just who came up with this mountain tribe idea in the Yeah. I was saying the same thing. This guy would have gotten you all killed. But he is severely injured, so just one punch can do that. Right now, you're more useful than me in protecting a king. Go and chase after him. It just shows you. It just shows you. But I didn't need to bow your head, old man. That's true too. It wasn't meant to happen like this, forgive me. And it ends. It's one of those things, honestly. I mean, he was about to get all of you guys killed, let me just be honest here, but right now he is the only chance you've got. Right now he's the only chance you've got, and that's your best choice, really. But the final chapter, we're here today to do the final chapter. I'm a katana fan. Girl with katanas are my weaknesses. Not a bad way, not a bad choice, not a bad choice. But we had to, finally, the last chapter. We've been here now for an hour and a half, and it's the last chapter for today. We'll be finished with the volume then. So let's continue. A surprising new world. His sword is following him. Just go on full screen. Alright. Well, Tenen's going as well. And who's that? Who's that? It's Thing from before. Hecky, yeah. The captain asked me to come. He thought you two could use some help, and don't call me young master. But you better hurry up or we're leaving you behind. Screw it. Don't underestimate us soldiers. Yeah. They're being watched. One of them is that brave kid from before. You've got some pretty interesting... So, okay. Okay, maybe they won't go after them. That's good. That's good to know. Now, are we gonna risk, you say? I've already thought of that. Since those guys are with those weird masks, all we need to do is steal some for ourselves and we blend right in. You guys are tiny compared to them in terms of body height. There's no way they wouldn't notice. But I don't want to wear those things. They look really weird. I don't want to... Oh, I'm coming from you, exactly. The guy that's been wearing an owl costume the whole time didn't seem to react at all to seeing you. Tribes amongst the mountain folks. Ten probably just belongs to a different tribe. More importantly, I think Shin's mask idea could... No, come on. Come on. Judging from their primitive clothing and tools, their living standards are probably not that high. Even the mountain leader's city is probably just a gathering of small huts. If we were to compare it to Shin, they would be on the same level as a large village, okay? For such... They're all around you guys. They're all around. I was gonna read that, but I just saw that and just... You guys are screwed. For such an unfortified village, it will be easy to break out of the king so long as we manage to infiltrate him successfully. When you put it that way, it does sound easy. This should be a piece of cake. General Oki. Orders from Chancellor Ketsu arrived, sir. You are to take command of Haikyuu Gate. Shin's not the most important gate and an essential cornerstone to Shin's defense. Reject it. Tell him that defensive battles don't suit my personality. Seems like he's finally started preparations for all-out war with Chancellor Ryu. Finally, things have started moving. I think my voice sounds more like Bane, honestly. Past this, it will be extremely difficult for the king to retake the throne. Lord Sai will be the one to surpass King Shu. King Ace, truly, he could be considered to be the king of misfortune. How will he be able to surpass King Shu, who was known as the god of war? That would be something I would like to see. caught. Caught. And they beat him up as well. Like, all this talk, all this bravado, like, yeah, I'll take them out easily and whatnot now. No. Look on the bright side, they haven't killed us yet. That probably means that they're taking us to the leader. At least we'll be able to meet up with our king. We can think of an escape plan after we regroup with him. I guess you're right. You guys are far too optimistic. Far too optimistic. Don't tell me these guys are just going to take us to some cliff and kick us off. Ted is about to get them all killed. Ted is he's about to get them. That's wow. Wow. That looks great. That looks actually like a very good place to be. Inside the rocks. That is impressive. That just in terms of building, that's very impressive. If you fell off or if you're drunk or anything and you fall off, good night. Good night. Looks like a very good place. Exactly, it doesn't look like some shack. It looks like a very good place. Meant to break Ace or something like that. I'm all ears for any bright ideas, Seki. Yeah. Looks like it. Looks like it. Is that the end of the chapter? Oh, that's a shame. But it's not a massive cliffhanger like that. We just get introduced to this city. Let's read that as well. You know what? Listen, why not? He said, "You brats could just sit here. Shut up. You don't even have any customers." I can see a bunch of dancing midgets over there. They're waving at what? What? I'm from the heat. What? Well. Well. Where's the water? Okay. All right. Okay. Well. Okay. So where do we begin? Where do we begin in terms of just this volume? Because that was the last. That was the last page, last chapter. Well, last chapter and the last page of this volume, of volume 2 of Kingdom. And honestly, it was a good volume. It was a good volume. A lot of things happen if you think about it. Like, we obviously saw the one guy that uses poisoner. His situation got dealt with. We got more. What we saw the relationship, or I guess, between Sho Bunken, that's his name, and Ace. And obviously now we got introduced to like a few characters from the army. We got introduced to the mountain people, the mountain bandits, and it's just been overall very enjoyable so far. Been pretty, like I said, very enjoyable so far. And Oki, General Oki, he is a massive fan. I have said that before, and I'll say that again until I get proven otherwise. But right now, at this point in time, today is the 17th of September. He is a massive threat. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys next time. I'll probably, speaking of streams, I'll probably do another stream. I'll try and do like one of these perhaps a week. Like to do a volume a week, but like I said, I can't really say that 100% certain. I'll try and get more in. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what I'll do. Well, whether I'll continue doing it as a stream or whether I'll start doing it as just like record it and then upload it. Regardless, I'm gonna try and get more Kingdom in sooner than later, and I will see you guys then. Let me just quickly see if there's any comments, and if not, we'll end it right here. Just got back and you're done. GG. Perfect. Yeah, I'd like to know about the mountain people. It looks like the name change happened earlier than I thought. I thought it'd be 20 something, but glad I don't need to update names anymore. Exactly. I also thank you, Purple Pick Me, obviously, for reminding me of the names so far. Pariah, obviously, we'll see next time. Well, next time. I'm assuming we'll see next time more about the mountain people. And it's going to be quite interesting just to see how it's going to go from here, how the story is going to go from here. And like I said, I will see you guys next time for Kingdom. So thank you for obviously those guys that have been here. They're not bandits. Yeah, sorry, I keep calling them mountain bandits. I know they're not bandits. I just keep calling them mountain bandits just because every time I think of mountain people, I think of mountain bandits. And also play a pivotal role in Chinese history. I don't know that. I didn't know that. That is okay. I'm guessing that's going to be expanded on in the future. I would assume so. But yeah, thanks for everyone who's been here. Like I said, I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna write it just, yeah. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, peace out and have a nice day.